God wants an abundant life for all of us, not only financially, but spiritually, physically, and with the love we receive and give to others. Many of you have heard the Bible verse that it's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for him to get into heaven. But that's only about the people that pedestalize money over everything else and put money over God. Abraham was one of the most godly and faithful people in the Bible and was so loyal to God that he was willing to sacrifice his son at God's command. Because of his faith and obedience, the Bible states that Abraham was rich in silver, gold, and cattle, and his wealth enabled him to be a blessing to others. I truly believe that God wants us to be like Abraham. If you're poor, it's a lot harder to be a blessing to others because you're spending most of your time, energy, and money just trying to sustain yourself and your family, and after meeting your needs, you don't have a lot extra to give to others. Today, I'm going to share with you some biblical wealth principles that can absolutely change every aspect of your life and that you can start applying today, right after you watch this video. Precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. So whatever you're making right now, don't spend it all, especially emotional spending on things you know you don't need. God commands us all to have a storehouse, which is another word for saving our resources. Even if you can only save a few dollars a week, you have to put it aside and trust that God will multiply it for you. You don't have to know exactly how he's going to do it or on what timing, but you have to have the unshakable faith that he will. Maybe it will come with a promotion, a big refund on your taxes, an idea to start a new job or business that better suits your skill set and passions and that will increase your income, or someone will just decide to bless you one day. I don't know how it's going to come to you, but if you're consistent and faithful in building up your storehouse, it surely will. It doesn't matter how much you're saving, whether it's $10 or $10,000. It's the principle of it. It's the fact that you're doing it. So as long as you're following your conscience and saving the amount that you know you should be, you will be blessed for that. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. Look, we have a huge problem, especially in the U.S., of people spending more than what they make and living way above their means. A lot of the people I know that have a great salary and who look rich are actually poor, because no matter how much they make, they spend it all on mostly stuff to boost their ego and show off to other people who actually couldn't care less about the fancy restaurants they eat at, the $9 coffees they're drinking, or what fancy car they drive. The Bible is very clear that God wants us to avoid debt, especially ego-driven debt, as much as we can. You lose your freedom, financial power, as well as your manifestation power when you're a slave to your lender. Most economists say that to be financially sound, you need to live at least 30% below your means. So that's a good way to measure your spending if you actually want to have true abundance in your life. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will be bursting with wine. Now don't go and use this as an excuse to go get drunk on wine, because that's not what it's talking about here in this verse. Wine is a symbol for power and influence in the Bible. And with every financial blessing you receive, you need to remember that everything you own, no matter how hard you work, ultimately belongs to God, and He is the one letting you have it. You could have been born with a mental or physical disability and been reliant on the mercy of others, or been in a car crash that takes away your ability to make a living, or been born in a country with no opportunity to get a job and make a living. So you have to be humble and remember that it's only God's grace that you're able to do what you do. When you honor God by sharing your financial gains with others and blessing other people when God puts it in your heart to do so, you're investing in yourself. Because what you give to others out of true love always comes back to you 10 times more than what you've given. When it truly gives you joy to bless others, and when you feel no hesitation in generously giving, is when God will pay you back 10 times more than what you've given. When God puts it in your heart to bless someone, just do it without any hesitation, and you'll be amazed by how much you will be rewarded for your obedience. If you don't have money right now, you can volunteer your effort and time to go bless someone else until you get money. But no matter how little you're making right now, you need to be a blessing to others in whatever way you can. Only you know what your conscience is telling you to give and whether or not you are doing that. I command you today to love the Lord your God and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. And then I will give you the rain for your land in its season, that you may gather in your grain, your new wine, and your oil. And I will send grass into your fields for your livestock, that you may eat and be filled. God wants to fill us up. He wants us to have a great life. He wants us to have the power and ability to share with others and make their lives better and be a blessing to everyone who we encounter. And if you're putting your relationship with God first by pedestalizing no one or nothing over him, building your spirituality, listening to your conscience, and doing the things you know you're supposed to, no matter how you feel about it at the moment, God will step into your life and start to guide your every step. Most people that save money, wake up early to meditate, affirm, and pray, go to the gym regularly, step out of their comfort zone, and are generous with their time and resources to others, don't let their feelings affect the decisions they make. Because a lot of the times, your feelings and emotions are sent to you from the enemy and will take you off the path to mental peace, love, prosperity, and health. When you're under divine guidance and seek God first, your finances and abundance in every other sphere of your life will follow. Love you guys. Talk soon.